Look at the camera. Don't look at me.
Yeah, but just be like.
Don't look at me in my eyes. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at you in the camera. Hey, Mark. It's Dorian from Cravings, and you must be so happy. You got what place did you get?
Better than Siobhan.
What place did you get?
Third place.
Third place at a Montreal regional, dude. You topped. That's nuts. Can you show me your deck, please?
Came third place, Montreal regionals.
Sick.
Played salads.
It's
one of the better decks of the format.
Some would say the best.
Probably. Like, every deck is okay. It's just, it needs to be piloted well.
Okay. Any shout outs before we start?
Yes. Shout outs to Cravings, sponsors. Shout outs to Chris and Alex Leo, as well as Miles, for getting me cards I need for the event. Shout outs to Dominic Rasso, my lovely theory partner here in crime, and everyone in Toronto that came out to hang out for the weekend.
Alright, let's get into it.
Yep. So, we played basically 13 salad monsters.
Okay.
3 Gazelle, 3 Foxy, 3 Spinny, Jaguar, Falco, Foul, and the 1 Debug. Gazelle and Foxy are standard. A lot of people play Spinny at 2. There is an issue with this deck where you can sometimes just not see any salad monsters, so I wanted to maximize on all the monsters I wanted to see. Foul, I would never cut it. It's an amazing card. It gives you so much utility when you're either ahead, or it puts you in a position to combat a board and then set up your own board.
The rest
play
is
the 1
standard.
Debug because you have to. It's Debug. I don't play Buffalo because I don't like things that don't guarantee, whereas everything here is like a guaranteed card.
Did Lady Debug getting hit to 1 really hurt the deck?
It did, because we lost 3 debugs, which is like huge consistency because debug is like a 1-card combo, so seeing debugs more often. But with the addition of mining, it changed the way the deck plays per se. Like, it upped the ceiling and somewhat the consistency.
Okay.
It's not as consistent as having 3 debug, obviously, but it still worked out well.
Cool.
For the hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, 3 Phantasmi, and 3 Imperm. 12 hand traps. Ideally, 11 to 14 hand traps is the number that you want to go for, because you have a chance of seeing multiple along with the combo in your hand. And these are the best overall coverage hand traps. A lot of people will say that Phantasmi and Evenly conflict. It's not that much of an issue.
Infinite.
Because
Infinite impermanence.
Yeah, impermanence and Phantasmi, sorry. Impermanence and Phantasmi conflict, but if you either see it or open with it, you can either put it back to the Phantasmi, or you chain the Phantasmi and then chain impermanence to stop plays.
The thing is, this card, in my opinion, is the best hand trap. Call by the Grave against like Orcus or anything. Call by the Grave just hits everything, like all of this, and they can just full combo. This literally says no. You can't stop this. They can't connector it. They can't do anything to this, right? So I feel like this is important, and this will help you dig into your other, what's it called, hand traps and everything, such as Lancia. This, dig 2 more into Lancia. Like, it's nice. In my opinion, I love this card. This is amazing. This format.
What do you find that you're hitting mostly?
Mermaid, Gazelle, like, because a lot of people are playing Foul as well. So, like, Foul's ability to chain block Gazelle is really, really strong, because it stops like Ash, which is like a huge generic hand trap, and it hurts well. But you having Imperm allows you to play around that, because it doesn't matter where the chainings are, you just negate the Gazelle off the bat.
Cool.
That's it for that. Spells, 3 circle, 1 sanctuary, 1 will. This is the 41st card.
Okay.
There's 41 cards in the deck. This deck list is all the salad cards I want to play. Like, all of these cards do something for me.
Sure.
A lot of people might be uncomfortable with the number 41, but if once you go through the one-tap profile, you'll realize that every card in here should be played. It does something. It should be played, and you can't play like Phantasme at 2 or like Twin at 2. It's just not optimal because of what's out there. Back row decks like Orcus Mine, all of these crazy things, right? So you wanna. These are the cards that you want to play, and if it puts it to 41, sure, that's fine.
But you know that like all these cards will do something for you.
Yep.
It's for the salad spells. 3 sign-up mining.
Okay.
This card should always be played at 3. There is no justification for playing it at 2 because not only does it put the consistency back up in your deck, it does a huge thing for this deck where it allows you to play around your normal summon.
Yes, that's
Playing
true.
around your normal summon is so crucial because it makes a difference between you having an extended play to continue to play through your opponent's board and like them just stopping you on your normal summon and you have to pass and you lose anyways.
Cool.
3 Called by the Grave.
How good was that card?
This deck does not like hand traps.
It's iffy in the mirror. It's iffy in the mirror because like.
It's not very useful in the mirror because like you're playing hand traps, your opponent's playing hand traps as well in the mirror, and in the mirror you never want to hit a salad monster because
It could hinder you.
it hinders you as well because it comes back to your turn. You want every monster to do something, so it's not as amazing as it sounds like in the mirror.
Oh, I see.
Like,
It's unaffected on your turn.
Yeah,
If it's their card.
exactly.
Oh, I actually didn't think about that at all. That's cool.
3 Twin. Back row decks are a thing.
Yeah.
They're running around. It also gives you a little bit more utility over Cosmic, where you can prevent yourself from like dying if you're in one of those awkward situations where you just pitch a salad monster and then drop a gazelle,
Yep.
and if you have like a Bale, you protect yourself, go off next turn. But like,
Half of the salad monsters are way more useful in Grave, so.
yeah. And that's it for the spells. I don't think I would change anything.
Okay.
I tested Cosmics. Cosmics are good. They are effective, but I played Twin because I wanted to side a different card.
Yep.
The last 2 cards are the 2 traps. 1 Rage, 1 Roar.
So 1 Rage.
Yeah.
After all of our testing and everything that I've seen, why 1 Rage?
Multiples can brick you, which is a problem. I do understand the concept of playing multiple rages, but I'm already at 41 cards,
Sure.
and I don't want to commit to other things that could be more susceptible.
Okay.
So I just it was fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Also, most of the decks that I've seen multiple rages in play Desires, which is in itself. Which is
or trap trick.
Or trap trick,
because
yeah.
of the draw or the trap trick, but I just feel like Desires is always risky.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's a complete deck.
Yep. 41 cards.
Extra?
Extra. 3 Bale. Don't play any less. I don't know what's wrong with you if you play less. 3 Sunlight Wolf, the best card in your extra deck. The best card in your extra deck.
The best.
The best card in your extra deck. 2 Leo and the 1 Stalio. So this is a standard salad ratio. I would not play any more, any less. If you have to play more than 1 Stalio, you haven't fully grasped how powerful the deck is because you don't need more than 1.
Yeah, this is it in its like bare bones form.
Like it does what it's supposed to do. All this entire thing.
Okay.
It works out well. You only need 2 because to do the second effect, like that's all you need.
Yeah.
1, you don't need more than 1 because you can always put this back and like. But after resolving this once, if you resolve it again, you're just so far ahead.
Yeah.
You're just too far ahead.
Sure.
You're just too far ahead.
How far are you ahead?
too
So
far.
far.
Theta, the second best card in your extra deck.
So explain this card to me, and for those who don't understand why this card is being played.
It's insane in the mirror. It changes you from being possibly behind to I caught up to you and I'm now going to push past you. The secondary effect where you add is very nice as well. So it gives people puts people in an awkward position to out this card, like forcing a search on you. And overall, it just performs. You're playing fire, and a lot of people like to summon Phoenix for some reason.
Yeah. Sick.
Second link too is Phoenix, of course.
Yep.
You have to play it. It's a fire. I literally call this card Upstart.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've drawn off it is ridiculous, and it's very easy to establish things like this. Establish this on board. It also gives you a nice added way of chain blocking, because you get to chain block your wolf or vice versa. Chain block this, so they have to respond with like something like a Veiler or an Imperm. Like you bait out correct cards.
Cool.
I play one Link 4. I decided not to play Borreload or Boral Sword because I wanted to play this new card. It's Avramax. The
It looks so sick.
It's so sick. It's so sick. This card was decided over Borreload because it is less heavy on commitment to go for those cards, and it has a built-in board protection as well as like targeting. So it's very hard to it's hard to build a monster that will attempt to out it
without losing itself. And if they do out it, you still have the opportunity to like put back that problematic monster.
Cool.
two XYZs, Dweller and Baguska.
So game changers.
This was a Ningirsu the night before, and Siobhan convinced me to play Baguska.
I wanted coverage for Thunder, but he said I didn't need it, which was correct. Because
So what I was trying to explain was that in Thunder, you're only like turn 1 or turn 2, even sometimes like you can only out one Colossus per turn.
Yep.
Like even if you play Ningirsu, you're going to only out one Colossus, because even if you can out both, you won't have like a follow-up. So ideally, you just want to out one of the Colossus with Stalio, set up, pass. With say Baguska, they can't attack. With the second Colossus, they have to link it away if anything. And every turn, what I try to do, every game what I try to do is go through both my Link 4s.
Okay.
That's what I feel like is ideal.
The last card is Chimera because we play Super Poly.
Play Super Poly on the side, but I noticed no fusion.
Fusion is not good right now, just for the fact that like you want everything in your deck to do something, and turn 1 Fusion does nothing.
It's a brick, yeah.
It does nothing. And if you do, like you can see it turn 2, but it's only really applicable in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So having that card against other decks is kind of dead.
Cool. Side?
Yep.
So this is basically just mostly meta relevant to where we played. It might be different for like a regional in a different area with different meta, but this is what you thought was going to be best suited for.
Montreal, yeah.
Yep.
So 3 Lancia and 3 Pancatops.
Sure.
You need this for combo. Some people aren't playing this card. I think it is the best generic side card
Yep.
in the game right now. Just being able to drop it in any matchup is really, barring mine obviously, because mine is,
Yeah.
but this comes up in every single matchup that you possibly could want it in.
Yep.
Generic outs. You have the 1 Starving and the 2 Super Poly.
Okay.
Use this against Thunder. A lot of times you will find yourself, you do not need to side this going second against Orcus.
Okay.
Because you already have so many outs that you are main decking.
Okay.
You'll have Lancia, Lancia Impermanence, Ash, Valor, Phantasme to draw into more cards. Like, you genuinely do not need this against Orcus.
Okay.
One order, two anti-spell.
Standard.
Standard, very standard. Slide this in going first against the mirror. Now that sign and mining is a thing, we are a lot more reliant on spells per se.
Yeah.
So this hurts as well. And the last 3 cards we decided to try. We discussed reboot. We discussed trying multiple rages in the side. All of them were very, like, they were somewhat optimal. But this gave us slightly more coverage against things, barring like mine. And even then, against mine, it's not horrible. And it was 3 evenly.
Evenly's a good card again.
I put this in every time I went second.
But every time I went
Every
second,
time I
it went in.
second. Yeah.
It gave me coverage because
I didn't necessarily need to crack, like, destroy, like, keep going. So this just gave coverage. Even like against certain decks that make you go first, right?
Yeah.
And you open evenly. You don't have to do anything. You can just pass, and they attempt to make a board, and then you just evenly.
Yeah.
And then you set up your own board, and you continue.
Yeah.
That's it.
Cool.
Oh, mind you, this particular list, 3 people topped with it, with the same card for card. One of our friends was Benny, the other one was me, and the other one was Mark.
I'll include Benny in the video right there. Okay, cool.
Hey guys, it's Craig with Team Cardboard Cravings. Thanks for watching the video. If you like it, please subscribe and like and comment and add to watch later and hit the notification button if we have one. The next video should be here. Dorian, put that in the end part. And we'll see you in the next one.